Honourable members, Honourable Reddy, there is nothing yet on the floor to raise a point of order.
The Minister of Water is attacking our member there. It's men abuse. Please bring her to order.
Honourable members, we proceed. Before the break, could I please ask members to settle down? Before the break, we had a complaint about the heat, and I think we all know that this is a big problem at the moment. The problem is with the electrical connections. So the technicians were able to get the air conditioners on my right-hand side working and one at the back at that point, but unfortunately there was one of the plugs that burnt, so they cannot fix it at this particular point. The Chief Whips then had a meeting a few minutes ago, and the decision is as follows. We will conclude with a debate that we started this afternoon. We will then go to the next item, to the item considering the vacancies for the National Youth Development Agency. The debate on Human Rights Day, motions without notice and notices of motion will stand over. So we have one item in process and one other item and then we will adjourn. That will hopefully give the technical people sufficient time to fix the problem with the air conditioning, because we are fully aware that it is extremely hot on a very hot day. Members, we will then proceed with the speakers list. And the next speaker is the Honourable Denner.
Deputy Speaker.
Honourable Denner, before you proceed, yes, Honourable Member.
No, thank you, Deputy Speaker. We hear your guidance. But Deputy Speaker, I just want to bring it to your attention that we need to get Parliament in order. Firstly, it was the Speaker who came late in the last thing, and she had to apologize. The Minister of Finance who could not table his budget, it had to be postponed. We had Mambara Minister who couldn't answer questions, and he became the Mambara of the year. So please, Deputy Minister, so please, let's get our house in order. This is the highest legislation house in the country. Honestly, we complained about the sound system the last time. Today is now air conditions. So really, this is just embarrassing. And it's clear that somebody is not doing their job. And we need to hold that person accountable. Accountability must start here and now. We can't talk accountability outside the house. Our house is not in order, Deputy Speaker. We just thought we should make this point very clear to you. It must be in record that we are not happy as economic freedom fighters about the running of this house. Thank you.
Honourable Ntlangwini.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, there seems to be a norm which is starting to be the norm of the 7th Parliament. One is cancel unprovoked programming committees and chief of forums that we need to have within the space and within the particular time frame of our term. And that seems to be many other issues is precisely that, because the Chiefs Forum is supposed to sit and sort out these particular and minimal issues to make the House run seemingly and without any hazards or any abruptly
Honourable Ntlangwini Forum, I'm not going to entertain that further.
It's cancelled.
No.
It's cancelled.
You can take that right to the speaker,
it's
please.
cancelled yet.
I cannot sit on the Chief Whip Forum.
We didn't have a Chief Whip Forum, and it's cancelled.
Not
3 weeks in
Ntlangwini.
We don't have a Chief Whip Forum. And then the Women's Committee.
I'm warning you, I'm really out of order. I'm going to switch your microphone off. The next point is out of the Honourable PA. You raised your hand before the member of the MK, and then the Honourable Michalakis. Honourable member of the PA.
Thank you, Speaker. The mic is back on now. Thank you. Honourable Speaker, I'm not going to be long. I just think this to and fro is just frivolous. we are not technicians, and things do break down from time to time. I mean, even the party breaks down.
Which rule?
And who are they going to blame for that breakdown?
Which rule?
Honourable members, I have ruled, Honourable Daniels, please.
Which rule? Don't abuse the platform.
This is not a point of order. I have ruled
Don't abuse the
the
platform.
first person who rose
Which rule
on this
are you writing
point
on?
was the Honourable Maotwe, and I expressed myself on that, agreeing with her. I also want to remind you that the Chief Whips had a meeting. It wasn't raised there. Now you want to make it a debate, and we will not discuss the matter further. The Chief Whips discussed it. If it is not an absolutely new point, and you cannot point to the specific rule, I am not going to recognise you. The member from the MK and then the Honourable Michalakis.
Deputy Speaker, we are beginning to have serious exception with you. The manner in which you preside over the affairs of this House are extremely antagonistic. Every time we raise our hand, you overlook us, but you can see members of the DA who are seated far across us. Please be consistent and be fair in your application of processes of this House. We are not happy with you anymore. In fact, we are going to officially write to the Speaker with your conduct that seems to undermine our presence in this House.
Honourable Member, please also note that just because you raise your hand, you are not the first to speak. I recognise members in the order in which they raise their hands, so perhaps just have a look around. I next recognise the Honourable
A beard that was smoothly serenaded by angelic voices.
Michalakis.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, I rise on this rule fully knowing that it's not my duty necessarily to protect members of other parties, but if we as Chief Whips allow for unparliamentary language to go through, we would be failing this House and its processes. I would therefore ask that you please make a decision on the words used by the Honourable Member from the EFF when she referred to another member as Mampara of the Year. If we're going to start calling each other Mamparas, that would be all we do all day. Deputy Speaker, I would like you to please rule on the parliamentary language or unparliamentary language in the reference to another member as Mampara. Thank you.
Deputy Honourable Michalakis, I will consult with the Hansard on that particular matter and come back with a ruling. Honourable Member, I'm busy talking, and you know full well within the rules that whilst Honourable DP, you do know that the rules state that while the presiding officer is speaking, that you do not interrupt. Please consult the rules. I'm busy with the ruling on Honourable Michalakis, and we do not debate a point of order. Honourable Michalakis, I will consult with the Hansard and return with a ruling.